In the summer of 1984, people in California started sleeping with their doors locked tighter than ever before because someone was entering homes at night, silently, without warning, and leaving behind something terrifying: dead bodies. The killer didn't follow any pattern. Sometimes his victims were old, sometimes young, sometimes couples, sometimes children. No one knew who he was, but the media gave him a name: the Night Stalker. His real name was Richard Ramirez. He would break into homes in the middle of the night, armed with a gun or a knife. Sometimes he forced victims to pray. Sometimes he whispered strange satanic words. Then he attacked. Between 1984 and 1985, more than a dozen people were murdered during these night attacks. The police were confused. The killer changed his weapons. He left very little evidence, and the attacks seemed random, which made it even more terrifying, because anyone could be next. For months, the entire city lived in fear. People bought new locks. Gun stores ran out of weapons. Neighbors stayed awake all night, watching, waiting, but the Night Stalker kept attacking. Then, finally, one small mistake changed everything. At one crime scene, police discovered a shoe print. It belonged to a rare type of shoe. The brand was identified. Only a few pairs had been sold in the entire country. The police now had a clue. Soon after that, a witness saw a suspicious man near one of the crime scenes. The police released his picture on television, and suddenly, everyone knew his face. But something unexpected happened. Before the police could arrest him, the public found him first. On August 31st, 1985, people in Los Angeles recognized him on the street. They chased him. A crowd surrounded him and beat him until the police arrived. The Night Stalker was finally captured. In court, Richard Ramirez showed no fear. Sometimes he smiled. Sometimes he laughed. He even raised his hand in a satanic sign. Eventually, he was convicted of multiple murders and sentenced to death. But the fear he created still remains one of the darkest chapters in American crime history, because for more than a year, no one knew if the killer would enter their house next.